In the biting cold wind, the man slowly slid his frostbitten right foot into the belly of a seal. As his toes gradually regained some sensation, he picked up a strip of grease-soaked cloth and carefully wrapped it around his stiff foot, layer by layer. The man had already been in sub-zero Siberia, on the run for a full 3 months. Whenever he thought of his wife and daughter waiting desperately for him to return home, he didn't dare waste a single moment, fearing the soldiers would soon catch up and drag him back. To evade the search, he kept moving north along the desolate coastline. Here, day or night, there was hardly a trace of human presence. Not even a single dark speck could be seen on the snow. The endless expanse of bleak white and loneliness could drive a person mad at any moment. After an unknown amount of time, the man suddenly stopped. He moved a bullet from his left hand to his right. Every 10,000 steps, he would use a bullet in his left hand to keep count, to estimate how far he had traveled. He had already cycled through the 8 bullets in his hand 3 times. He had walked a full 240,000 steps, yet the scene before him looked exactly the same as when he started. He felt as if he were trapped in place, never able to get out. The man was on the verge of collapse. He stopped using bullets to count his steps and no longer bothered to figure out direction, because on this endless snowfield, every direction was blinding white. He simply shoved the compass into his pocket and kept his head down, walking forward. Just as he was nearing total breakdown, a miracle quietly appeared. A tall little tree appeared in the snow not far away. The man collapsed to the ground in shock, but his fear quickly turned into wild joy. He scrambled to his feet and staggered forward, grabbing onto the branches. The man suppressed his excitement. A tree meant a forest couldn't be far. He followed that direction and quickened his pace. Sure enough, he soon saw a stretch of forest. Even more encouraging, as soon as he entered the woods, the sky began to darken, which meant he had left the Arctic Circle, and day and night were returning to normal. Having gone so long without proper rest, he decided to spend the night in the forest. There were dry branches everywhere, so he didn't have to worry about freezing to death. The next morning, a terrifying blizzard swept through the forest. The man couldn't find anywhere to hide and could only struggle forward against the gale. Just as he tried to stop and catch his breath, he was knocked unconscious by a falling tree. Fortunately, 2 passing gold prospectors rescued him. The 3 began traveling together. Along the way, they supported each other, struggling to survive in the desolate snowfield. In the blink of an eye, nearly half a year had passed, and he was still far, far from home. Relying on a crude map, he estimated about 10,000 kilometers remained. But the man did not lose heart. No matter how long the road, as long as he didn't give up, he would reach the end someday. One day, the raft they were on hit rapids in a river. The man and George paddled with all their strength, trying to steady the raft. But the current grew stronger and stronger. Tom lost his grip and was thrown into the river. Seeing this, the man jumped into the water without hesitation, risking his life to swim to Tom, and slowly dragged him back to shore. As the 2 gasped and crawled onto the bank, they saw George had no intention of stopping to help. Instead, he paddled away alone on the raft. The man stood there, stunned, a chill of disbelief rising in his heart. This friend who had spent half a year by his side could be so cold and heartless. After traveling together with George for some time, they eventually went their separate ways. In the days that followed, the man continued toward home alone. At last, he made it back to his hometown by Christmas Day and reunited with his long-missed wife and daughter. In desperate situations, it is often not the body that breaks first, but the human spirit. In the same peril, some people fight to hold on to their conscience, while others choose to drift with the current. Adversity doesn't always reveal true feelings, but it always exposes the true nature of humanity.